Hi everyone, it's Tammy with the Frou-frou Studio. Welcome. I hope everybody is doing great today. We're back to do another make for, I saw it on Pinterest. And today I want to make this little gatefold belly band that I found. And what else? This was pinned by Chris Klein Moland. But if you go to read where it's from, it was actually posted to Facebook by Purita Damon. And there's a little reel there that shows you how to fold it and cut it and decorate it and all that kind of stuff. And I went ahead and folded mine prior to turning the camera on because this reel goes really, really quick. And I had to keep pausing it to see the next fold and whatever. And it's easy, but for some reason, I just couldn't get it in my head. So, I'm going to show you all how I did mine. And, of course, I think this can be adjusted to whatever size journal that you're doing. So, I'm going to move this out of the way and we will get started. So for mine, I started out with a sheet of paper that is about 9.5 inches wide and about 8 inches tall. And again, you can do this, whatever size you need to fit your journal. Now, I did a wider belly band. Once I made the folds, my belly band is actually a little less than 3.25 inches. And like I said, you can adjust this however you want, but you just want to remember that however wide you do it this way is going to affect how small or large these pockets are. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to create this fold so that they match up in the middle. The way that I did that is I took, let me get a book page so I can kind of show you on that. This won't be exact, but you'll get the idea. The way that I did that is I folded one side over, and there's probably a better way to do this, but this is the way I came up with. I folded one side over, and then I folded the other side over so that it would be even. And of course, that's not even. So you want your page in thirds, in other words. And this is not going to be exact, but you're going to get the idea. So you want your paper to be in thirds, like that. Okay? And then once you do that, you want to take this part, these side parts, and you want to fold them back on themselves. So you're going to have one going back this way, and you're going to have one going back this way so that they meet in the middle, like that. Okay? And that's how you're going to get your original gatefold. So that gives you your gatefold. And again, you're going to do it, you know, whatever size you want your belly band. Okay, then after you do that, you're going to want to cut it from this fold out like that. And then what I did is I just kind of folded mine over. And you can measure all this if you're a measurer. But I just kind of folded it over and held it. And then cut it on this side so I could get... Sorry, I sound like I've swallowed a frog this morning. So that I could get that same angle on both sides. Okay? So that's going to give me my top pocket. Alright? And then you're going to take these pieces and you're going to fold them to the center. And you can see on this one, because it's a smaller piece of paper, that pocket's going to be really small. But it's still really cute. And then that's going to give you your second pocket there. So you're going to have a pocket here and your pocket here. And then when you open it up, you know, there's your gatefold. Okay? So that's what I have done here. And so I have this pocket here and this pocket here. And then, of course, you're going to have your belly band here. The paper that I've used for this is a digital kit by 49 Dragonflies, Barbara. It's one of her beautiful kits. I can't remember the name of it. But it's just a couple of pieces that I had left from where I had used this kit in a journal, so I thought I would put them to good use. Alright, so now that I have my folds and I have my journal card, because I just took another piece of the paper and I cut it so that it can fit up under here for my journal card. And it just has some faux coffee dyed paper on the back so you can write on it. So that will be like that in the journal. And then now we need to make our 2 tags. So for the first one, I have measured and cut this little tag shape, and this will be the one that will fit down in here. So we need to embellish it. And then for the second one, I have some cardstock that I have cut that's going to fit down in here. And it could actually be a little bit wider, but this was a scrap piece that I already had, so I thought that I would just use that because it is wide enough and long enough. So let's do this one first. And I just kind of went through my scraps and found some things to kind of do a collage on here. This is a digital of the reverse side of a check, like the canceled side. And I thought it would be kind of a good background to start with. So I'm going to glue that down. This is a photograph from the kit. So I think that would look good on there. And then I have some other things, like this is a label from Louisa Heinzel's kit, where she had made a digital kit from the labels in writing that was on her really cool cabinet that she bought. And then I have just a number here. So we're basically just going to kind of do a collage on here with some stuff. So I'm going to kind of play around with it a little bit and see what I want to do based on these little just bits and pieces I pulled out, and see what we can come up with. And I want to say, while I'm thinking about it, hearts and thoughts and prayers to anyone that was affected with the tragedy in New Orleans or in Vegas. It's a terrible way to start the new year for those families, and I'm so sorry that we have to deal with things like that. It's just such a tragedy, and not what I expected to wake up to for New Year's yesterday. I got this little piece of fabric. Maybe we'll put that under there, or maybe we won't. I've got this little heart. I feel like I don't like the flowers. Take those off. Okay, let's do something like that. I'll ink everything up. Maybe put something else. Well, I've got to cut my ankles. I've got to cut my ankles. So let's first put this on here so that I can cut my angles and put my hole for my tag in there so I can see what we're working with here. So earlier today, I did my introductory video for my 2025 challenge. If you'd like to check that out and find out a little bit more about it, and I hope you guys participate. I think it'll be a fun one. I'm going to trim that so that it's even with the sides, and then we'll ink it up and put our angles and holes. Okay. I guess I didn't need to, I should have cut the angles before I inked that up, huh? Okay. And if you don't have one of those angle cutters, of course, you can always just snip the corner and then flip it and snip the other corner, or you can make yourself a template from like an old gift card or something, so that you have equal angles on both sides. Okay, so there's that. Now let's ink her up. Just stress her a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and ink all these things at the same time. That's already been inked. Hit it again, just in case. And this is just a cutout heart with some stamping on it. I have these little scrolly stamps. They're really cool. I'm going to go ahead and ink these things too. These are things that are going to go on the little tag, but while we're inking, let's go ahead and ink everything so that we don't have to stop and ink anymore. Get my little tag out of here. So what are you guys working on? What are you going to be doing in 2025? I'm debating, and I know that it's already the 2nd, but I'm debating to do Junk Journal Madness, which is hosted by Meg Journals. I've not ever done that one before, so I was debating last night whether I wanted to catch up and craft along with everybody for that one. I think I might. That's a good relaxing kind of thing to do. If I do it, I'm just gonna do really quick little makes that don't take a lot of time, but you know, just kind of a warm-up. You know, when you're gonna do a workout and you do like little warm-up exercises, that's kind of what I'm thinking for that. It's just something that's really quick, kind of gets my creativity going for the day, and then I can move on to, you know, the whatever journals I'm working on or whatever. And then, no, Junk Journal January is what she's doing, isn't it? And then I am going to be a guest collaborator for Junk Journal Madness, which is by I Totally Love It. And Susan has been so kind as to let me participate in that, and my month will be May, so you can look forward to that, or not. You may not be looking forward to it at all, but I'm looking forward to it, to create a journal for that particular month. And she does have a video out for that as well, if you would like to participate in that. And she also, I think, has a few spots left for collaborators, so if you're interested in being one of those. Or she did when I contacted her, which was earlier this week, so I don't know if that has changed or not. Okay, so let's put a hole in this one, and I'm thinking a big hole may be too overpowering. I think I'm going to do a smaller hole in this one and do a grommet, like a smaller grommet. Because I just feel like a big hole's going to be too much. Okay, so let me grab one of my small ones here. I don't think I want gold. Of course, that's going to be every one. There's a bright silver. Another bright silver. Come on. I have them all just dumped in the same thing. There's a copper. Let's do the copper. Whoops. And we'll go ahead and put that in there. And that'll be one less thing we have to do. Flip my little crocodile around here. Okay. I really do think I'm going to have to get a new crocodile. I think I have sprung it spring. Okay, I don't want to use that because that's what I'm going to use to tie around. We'll do that in a minute. Okay, so let's finish putting this tag together. All right, so we want her here, and we want this here. And then we want this here. Do we want that on top? Yeah, I think we want that on top. And then this one here. Kind of like that. And then we'll put the little piece of lace and the button down here. Do we like that? Yeah, I think that'll work. All right, so let's glue this on first. I think I'm going to tear around her just so it's not a square edge. I don't want a fussy cutter. But I like the idea of the edges kind of being torn. So to do that, what I do is I hold my thumbs like really close together and then tear away from me. And that will keep you from having those little wet, white areas that show. If you want the white areas, which sometimes I do, then you'll tear towards you like this. But if you don't, you tear away and you won't get those white torn edges. Yeah, I think I like that better. Alright, I'm inking again. Sorry guys, that's what happens when you change your mind. Just this one little piece though. It'll be alright. We'll go quick. Okay, I'm going to move it up a little bit because I was going to put this here, wasn't I? Alright, so I think if I put her right under the writing there, it'll be in the right spot. It's kind of cool here today, but it's supposed to get even colder. And I think we're going to have some nasty freezing rain and stuff like that on Sunday, so I'm not looking forward to that. I especially don't like when you have the ice, so hopefully it won't be like a terrible icing kind of situation. Okay, because we do not handle things like that well at all. We're not prepared for it, and it just causes major disasters. And I feel a sneeze. Sorry about that. It has been quite wet here for the last couple of days because of rain, and when it gets wet, I get sneezing because I'm extremely allergic to mold. And so when it gets wet and kind of damp and moldy, not that I have mold in my house, but you know what I mean. Like on the, you know, when you go out and you can smell the kind of damp, moldy smell in the air, then I start sneezing. Yes, mold and dust are not my friend, for sure. Okay, so now let's put this here. I don't want to cover all that up. Maybe we'll put it up a little higher, like up there, because we're going to put the heart on there too. And I don't know why I'm doing the heart. I don't particularly care for hearts too much. But this one's alright. I had it left over in my stash, so I grabbed it. Okay, so there's our tag, which will go down in this part. And then here's our journal card. Now let's work on our little tag. On this little tag, I've got this German book page. I'm going to turn it that way, I think. And again, just something I pulled out of my stash. And then to get some red in there, I'm going to use this label, and then I'm going to put this text over top of it. And I do not know, I got this in Happy Meal, and I'm sure that it's a Tim Holtz stamp. But I do not own it, so I can't give you the name of it, but I'm sure it is. Okay, so we want to put the, or do we want it to go this way? Let's do it that way, and then we'll stamp something on it too. Okay, what do I have here in my little stamps? We have the number 3. But I don't think it will fit completely. Got kind of a postmark. got this paid. All right, let's do... Sorry, now my nose is running. Alright, this is just a little script stamp. And I'm going to stamp it on there just for like some background noise. And then I'm going to stamp this 1913 on there. And then I think that's going to be enough. Okay, so let me put my pin in here and we'll see what else we need to do. Do I need to add anything on these little flaps? I think I might want to. Let me see. I've got this little tin of little pieces that my pastel pencils came in, but it's got all kinds of little things in it. Let's see if I find something long and skinny. In here. This is like after I've done a project and I'm cleaning up my desk and I haven't put stuff back in my regular where it goes, like, you know, all my paper dolls with my paper dolls and stuff like that. So I could use a stamp, but if I use a stamp, I want a red one, I think. There's another one of those. I could use a little paper doll, but if I use one of those, I want it from the what I think would be the same time period as the girl on the inside. See, that one's not wide enough, or it's too wide, not wide enough. That could work. Okay, let me see. So if I had her sitting on top of this label, Yeah, like that. So let's do that. I'm going to snip the corners. That there, and then put her sitting on top. And then maybe I'll put the 36 right there. Okay. Now we need to put our little tie, and I'm going to use this little string here. Tie it. And trim those off, and hopefully I can use these little pieces to put in my tags. They may be too short. Oh, let's do it this way. I can't cut them too short because my hands don't want to work if I get it too short. It's really annoying. But that's what happens when you get older. You start getting a little bit of joint pain here and there. And the fact that I work on my hands with this paper stuff all the time does not help. I'm not even going to attempt that one. I'm going to cut another piece. Feel free to fast forward me through me fumbling with this. It's terrible. Here we go. Okay, so now when you put it in the journal, you're gonna glue top and bottom. And so it will be glued in. And then, oh, I do want to put some washi here. But I don't have any close by. Actually, I can use this. Excuse my reach. I'm going to use this medical tape. I just want to cover up this string in the back so that my journal card will slide in and out. There we go. So, again, you will glue here and here, and then you can remove the tags like that. And then you can also just untie this, because it's going to be glued down, and open this up, take this tag out, open this up, and you have all this room to write on as well. So yeah, I think that's pretty cute. I like it. So that's my make this week for I Saw It on Pinterest. I hope you liked it. And I hope you'll go check out the video for the new challenge for 2025 and join along. I think it'll be interesting to learn about the different countries and where we all come from. And, you know, we already know what binds us together is our love of paper and creating and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be kind of interesting to learn about the different cultures and the different countries that we all come from. So thanks for watching, guys. I will be back depending on whether I make my final decision about Junk Journal January, which I think I probably will participate. So that means I need to really quickly make me a journal to work in. It's not going to be anything fancy. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.